the Game Boy, Nintendo's first handheld console, moving to the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch. But here's the thing. There's a little issue with the screen. One, it's monochrome, and two, it's in the dark. You can't, if I turn the lights off, I can't play the game. This was fixed with other models, but in 1994, Nintendo had an idea. Why not we play the Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo? So they created the Super Game Boy. What did the Super Game Boy do? It was pretty much Nintendo mostly did something pretty interesting. They pretty much put the Game Boy guts without the screen and the buttons and just put it in the cartridge. I bet if you crack one of these open and look at the other one and look at the chips, you can probably see a lot of chips in there that are similar. And actually, this is hardware emulation, not software emulation. Software emulation is emulation that doesn't, or the software uses hardware to emulate it. Hardware emulation is when you convert it. Okay, got the Game Boy now. Turn on the SNES. Okay, let's play the SNES. Let's take a short break. I am the Game Boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I stopped fighting with the Game Boy, and let's boot this guy up. Oh, forgot a cartridge. Well, I'll just go grab one. Quickly go grab one. I grabbed a cartridge. Let's play some Tetris on the Game Boy. Also, if you hear the noise of a fan, it's actually kind of a little hot here. It's September. It's still kind of hot. So, Super Game Boy. So, you have, if you click the L and R buttons, you get 4 options. The first option is to change the colors. This one looks, I recommend the last one on number 4 and the last one on number 2. The second one is a way to change the screen. These are just mostly borders. I just like to leave on the Game Boy. Then there's a way to change the controller output, and also a way where you can doodle on the side, where you can change the colors. Let's say get some green in there, then I get some orange in there, and then I get some blue. Now that's how to change your Game Boy's palette. It's pretty okay in what it does. But I think I recommend your previous palettes. So that's mostly the Super Game Boy. Let's go back. Let's go to this palette right here. This palette allows you to doodle on the borders. Let's say T. A, G, R. Yeah, I don't use that JGR that much. I like to use Joey's Game Reviews, but I'll probably use that as a logo. And you can doodle. Okay, let's actually play the game. So it allows you to play the game, but there's a couple of issues with the the Super Game Boy. It plays the game a little faster than the Game Boy actually plays. If you have, let's say you have 2 copies of the same game, and you play them both on it, you may notice that the Super... Sorry there guys. Some hacker accident, they turned off the internet for 5 seconds, so I had to somebody had to fix it. So, what I was saying was that if you actually play 2 Game Boy games, one on the Game Boy and Super Game Boy, you notice that Super Game Boy one's faster. Okay. So let's use a game like James Bond. This game